Welcome, everyone, to our brand new podcast, There Goes My Money. I'm your host, Diecast, and this is a podcast about all the Transformers products and Transformers related products that have become available for pre-order within the last week or so. So this week we have a lot of stuff to go over. There was a lot of Hasbro pre-orders that went up. So let's go ahead and get right into the items. And the first item we have up is the Deluxe Protectobots. The Protectobots include Blade Streetwise, First Aid, and the newcomer Rook. So here they are in robot mode, and on this set, I'm going to go ahead and say we're going to do a pre-order now, wait and see kind of thing, or a pass. For this, I'm going to give this a pre-order now, just because Combiner Wars is hitting on all cylinders. I think they're doing a really great job, and yeah, this is definitely a pre-order now. Next we have up more Combiner Wars. This is the Protectobot Hotspot and Cyclonus. And I know a lot of people don't like this, Cyclonus is getting thrown into Combiner Wars. I think in the comic he may have a mind control feature where he can steal limbs from other components and use them to make the Megatronus. Maybe down the line we'll see some other deluxes that are specific to Cyclonus. But I really like how Cyclonus looks. I think they did a great job with the remold on this. So I'm gonna say this is also a pre-order right now. That way you don't miss out on these figures. I mean, you always run the chance of seeing them in store, but pre-order now, you're gonna get them right away as soon as they come out. And the next Combiner Wars set we have up is the Generations Legends class Combiner Wars Series 3 of 3 figures, and these are Protectobot Groove, which goes on the front of Hotspot when they're in their Combiner mode. Warpath, which is the repaint of the Megatron Legends figure, and Decepticon Viper, which is, of course, the homage to G.I. Joe, the Viper plane. So, next up on the list, another Combiner Wars. This is a jam-packed show, not really what I expected for the first run, but if we're going to do it, let's do it all. And this is Combiner Wars Leader Class Remold of Jetfire Thundercracker. And you can see they redid the wings, and he looks very Combiner-ish. And on this one, I'm gonna go. This is definitely a wait and see. This is one I don't expect to be snatched up right away by everyone. It is kind of a remold, and it's a Thundercracker, so it's not like it was Starscream that you would have to probably pick up right away. Thundercracker can probably sit there a little bit, and you can find him on the shelf, maybe on sale, to save a little bit money. So this is definitely going to be a wait and see for me. Just to go back to the Legends class, because I don't believe I said that. Depending on where you're pre-ordering it from, it may be a wait and see, or it may be a pre-order now. I personally don't want Warpath. I want a couple Vipers, and I want the Groove. One Groove. There are some web stores, online web stores, that are selling these individually, but there are other web stores where to get the ones you want, you have to pre-order all three. So just check your local e-tailer and find out, what they're doing. It may be a pre-order now, or that may be a wait and see to wait for them to go in stores so you can get the ones you want and you're not overpaying. Now, next we have on the list, it's so long I even forget what. This is the last Hasbro figure we're going to talk about this week, and this is Devastator Of course, this is the Titan class Devastator, so I think we've covered almost every major class this week. And this Devastator, or this figure, the Titan class figure, you can pre-order. Some e-tailers have it up already for $169.99. I'm thinking that's retail price, but I'm not 100% positive. This is probably a pre-order right now. I mean, Devastator, the figure, I think he's 20 or 22 inches tall, 24 inches. This is a figure you're going to want to pick up. So go ahead and just pre-order this now. That way you don't have to worry about it, going into stores. I know with the last Titan class figure, which was Metroplex, some people never even saw it in their local store. So if this is a figure you're interested in, definitely pre-order this online, as soon as possible. Next up on the list, we're starting to get up into the third-party figures. This is Omnigvox. I'm not even going to try and butcher that name. This is their Sunstreaker figure, Masterpiece inspired, and this company, I think this is the first thing they did, so this is probably going to be a wait and see for me. Maybe to, some people get it in hand, or maybe if someone was lucky enough to get a test shot on this to review, that would be really good just before we jump in on this figure. This is also one I'm kind of up in the air on. I don't know if Takara would ever do an actual Masterpiece Sunstreaker. So this may be another reason that I might pick this up, just because I don't know if we'll ever get Sunstreaker or not. So this is KFC or KTC, depending on how you want to say it. Double Deck, which is their not MP scaled Masterpiece twin cast. Now, for me, this figure is going to be a wait and see, just because of all the problems with the metallic paints and everything that we had on the previous Transistor Blaster figure. So, and I think this retails for about $149.99 if you wanted to go ahead and pre-order that. Next up, we have the Orbitron WB03-B, and this is one of their figures for their Computron. And Orbitron right now is going to be a wait and see for me. I'm all in on the first combining figure, the Bruticus, but I'm still waiting on the center bot. So as far as the combiner itself, I do not know how well that it's going to be as a combiner. So I'm going to wait and see on this figure. I'm not going to pre-order it quite yet, just because, and I'm sure we're a little bit away from these figures, just till I get that other bot in hand to fully combine Bruticus. The next one we have up is another Warbitron figure, which is their WB03-C. Same thing on this one, it's just going to be a wait and see, but you can go pre-order it now if you want to. One of the other reasons I don't want to pre-order any more Warbitron figures is the whole controversy with Bruticus, and when they didn't release the first figure, Airburst, to anyone except Big Bad Toy Store, apparently there was an exclusivity deal. They said, okay, we're going to give you something extra. It'll come with the final figure. And the pictures we saw, and what I assumed was going to be the extra gift in the package, was this little shockwave. And that turns into a gun itself. But now we have a pre-order going up for, they're calling it their WB01-F, which is X-ray and gun set. The gun will actually, you can disassemble that, and it'll be individual guns for the other components of their Bruticus. But this figure, the X-ray figure, I believe was supposed to be the figure that Warbitron was going to include with their not Onslaught for the whole debacle in the beginning. So maybe I misinterpreted it, and maybe they're not this wasn't the figure they were going to give us. There is supposed to be something in that package with their not Onslaught, but that's another reason I'm going to wait and see on anything Warbitron to see how they handle this and how they fix this situation for the fans. If they don't do anything and there's nothing else included, I am personally going to be done with Warbitron, just like I was done with TFC once they started doing the add-on kits for all their figures to make their figure look right. So Warbitron right now is on really, really iffy ground with me. So that's everything we have this week for There Goes My Money, a Radio Free Cybertron podcast. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please feel free to share, like, comment. Please comment if you like the show, if you don't like the show. Because this is the first one, I'm definitely looking for some good feedback. Maybe you want to see someone else, join the show with me. I'm thinking about possibly rotating a cast member in and out from Radio Free Cybertron just to go over all the pre-order items we have for the week. So see you guys next time for There Goes My Money.